Hello viewers, welcome back to the Moose Mobile Auto Repair channel, and today we have a 2020 Honda CR-V with the 1.5 liter turbocharged engine, and we are going to be performing an oil change service. So now I was doing some other work on this vehicle, so I already have it up in the air, so I'm going to remove the oil cap. This is very hard, so I probably have to use like a pair of channel locks to open this. You need to take out the dipstick. If you want, you can have a look at the oil level before you raise the vehicle up. I'm just going to grab a channel lock to take this off because it's on extremely tight. I'm just going to use a small channel lock to get this off. The idiot who serviced this vehicle before, they put it on extremely tight, and I can't even open it. It's really tight. You can just to give the oil cap a quick wipe. Now this vehicle takes 0W20 oil. So we are just going to leave this here. Now I already removed the service cover. There is a bunch of screws and everything, so I'll show you on how to put this back after. I have to take off the black piece because the two screws were seized on there, so I had to take everything off. And so I'll show you on how to put this back afterwards. I just can't show you me taking this off because I already have it taken off. So now we are going to drain the oil. This is your typical 17 millimeter drain plug. I just I use a wrench, and I make myself a fist, and I hit myself like this to loosen it up. So I just do this, and I just do that. This is for anybody who's new to working on cars or changing oil. Just giving you some tips. Oil is pretty black and dark. It's pretty windy today, so I just don't want all this oil splashing everywhere. So just make sure you have a drain pan to catch all of this oil. So while I'm waiting that to drain, I'm going to change the drain gasket on the drain plug. So we are going to change the drain gasket. So I changed the drain gasket. I'm using a new one. I'm using an aftermarket one. This is the part number 2153. This is an aftermarket drain gasket, so I'm not sure if you will be able to find it because there's a dealer in an automotive supply dealer that I deal with. They sell me automotive supplies, so I buy automotive supplies from this a distributor or dealer. So anyhow, we are going to reinstall the drain plug. The torque spec for this is 30 foot-pounds if you want to torque it. Otherwise, you can just tighten it up snug and then you're good. Doesn't have to be on extremely tight, especially that these are aluminum oil pans. So now we have access to the oil filter. I'm just using an oil filter removal tool, just a 3/8 ratchet with a long extension and oil filter tool. So I got that loosened up. This oil looks really dark, black and dirty. Doesn't look too good. So now you can give the surface a quick wipe on the mating surface of the oil filter housing. I have a new oil filter, but it's a different type of oil filter. The interchange number is 4612. I'm just using on what I have in stock. I'm using a Motorcraft oil filter, FL816. Usually interchange number is 4612 or 4610. Just make sure you lubricate some brand new oil on the gasket and install the oil filter. You can use the genuine Honda oil filter or any aftermarket oil filter that is rated for the oil change interval, usually around 8,000 kilometers or 5,000 miles or every 6 months. I don't recommend doing the long extended intervals like 16,000 kilometers. That's way too long. So I recommend to change the oil up to 8,000 kilometers. So just install this hand tight and then you're good. And you're going to wash down the area. So we're going to wash down the area with the brake cleaner. Now, typically I like to fill up the engine with oil first and start it up. Just verify that there's no leaks around the oil filter or the drain plug area, and then you should be all good to go. So I measured the old oil. Takes roughly 4.5 liters. So I think we'll put the 4.5 in. So we're going to add oil now. I'm just using 0 W20 oil, approved oil. It does not matter on which oil you use. This is a synthetic oil, so any approved oil is fine as long as it's a 020. Just being careful to not spill. I'm just in a very awkward position here because of the engine bay area. So I'll start with 4.5 liters. I already have this vehicle actually on level ground. Well, it's not on the ground, but it's leveled, so I can check the oil level right now. Because I had this vehicle up earlier because I was doing transmission service, so I wasn't able to show the entire procedure of racing the vehicle. But so the oil is in. We are going to start the vehicle up now. So run the engine for like half a minute or so to get the oil to circulate, and then we'll have a look at the oil level. And then later we are going to clear the maintenance light. We are going to shut the vehicle off. We're going to take the dipstick out and have a look at the oil level. I put roughly 4.5 liters almost, and that's full, and it's at the full mark. I may have very, very slightly overfilled it by a tiny amount, but that's okay. If you overfill the oil by too much, then you will need to drain some out. So I think it's somewhere up to here. It should be down here. I think the oil capacity in the service information, it states that it's about, I think, 3.5 liters. So this one has quite a bit more in it. Now, this vehicle was previously serviced at the Honda dealer, so I'm not sure if they, I don't know if they are doing a good job or not. And I see a lot of dealers, they always do a very rush job. So earlier the oil cap was on extremely tight. You don't need to there's no need to tighten the oil cap extremely tight. Just like this, that's it. You don't need to crank it up all the way, right? We'll have a look at the oil level again, just to make sure everything is okay, and then that's it. It's just a little bit overfilled, but that's fine. And I know that that some of these Honda vehicles, they burn oil anyway, so it's not going to be a big deal if it's overfilled by a tiny amount. So verify for leaks, make sure there's no leaks, and then you should be all good to go. We are just going to clear the maintenance light, and then I'm going to come back here to reinstall the cover. And so we are going to service the maintenance light. Said maintenance due now, and it has a code 137. I think that's probably the service number. So we're gonna go to home, to menu, and we're gonna go scroll through. Go to settings, vehicle, maintenance info. It says oil and filter, tire rotation, transmission oil, and brake fluid. So that's pretty much on what I'm working on at the moment. I already did the oil change. I did the transmission oil or transmission fluid. I still have to do the brake fluid and tire rotation. Install the all-season wheels. So anyhow, we're going to reset items. Put all due items. It says, would you like to reset maintenance information? Oil life 5%, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Reset. I guess that's all of the maintenance items. They go by the numbers. Okay. And I think we're all good to go. You can press the odometer button here. So yeah, back here, the information. Seeing what the oil life is now. It should be clear now. Enter. Oil life 100%. So we're going to turn this off, and then we're just going to install the service cover back. So we're just going to install the stupid service cover here. We need to line up the plastic here in which it sits. So we're gonna try to get that in first. Line it up. I'm not able to show everything here, but lining up the plastic and everything. Just temporarily installing the plastic clips. Some plastic clips that I broke because they were a little brittle, so I probably have to replace them. So now I believe that some screws are missing here because yeah, I see a few holes that are empty in which there should be screws, but I don't have extra screws for those, so I'm just going to leave it. And meanwhile, I still have to install new clips in the ones over here. I think there were two that I broke because they got extremely brittle. And the Honda dealership that serviced this vehicle last time, I think they lost some screws or something. I'm not sure on what it is, but anyhow, that's it. So usually when you or doing the oil change service, you just need to take off the metal service cover. It's just the flat screws that you need to turn a quarter turn, and they come off. And the two screws in front here are seized. I wasn't able to get them off, so I just left them because I don't want to spend all day trying to fight with it. So I just decided to remove everything as one piece. So that's it. Everything is intact. Just make sure in the beginning that you line up the service cover with this piece here, and you should be all good to go. And then that's it. So that's it for the oil change service. I'm going to conclude the video now. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please don't forget to give it a like, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you're not already a subscriber, and please don't forget to hit the bell notification. I'll see you next time. Have a good day and take care.